World Cup win to date, and a moment of extreme pride for its citizens. Khan, who was already a celebrated cricketer throughout the 70s and 80s, saw his celebrity status skyrocket even further. Beloved both at home and in the West, he had an active and public social and love life. His marriage to a British heiress in 1995 made international news. Media outlets hailed him a playboy and even sex symbol, but he endeavored to shed that image for that of a more conservative and pious figure. Some experts suggested this came as part of his desire to be taken more seriously in the political arena down the line. But first, he made headlines as a philanthropist, fundraising millions of dollars to open a cancer hospital for low-income patients in honor of his late mother in December 1994. It was around this time, a few years after the World Cup victory, and General Pervez Musharraf, for which he was arrested. In jail, he went on a hunger strike as a further act of protest.
The only way you fight extremism and radicalization is having a genuine democratic system. This is not the way by using your army.
His PTI party would boycott the '08 elections over the lack of an independent judiciary. And Khan's predisposition to blaze his own trail continued to lead him to take some pretty controversial stances. Some critics accused him of failing to firmly crack down on violent extremist groups, even dubbing him with the nickname Taliban Khan. Though Khan has largely condemned violent terrorist attacks, critics argue that he's at times acted as an apologist for groups like the Taliban, blaming the group's presence in Pakistan on US intervention in Afghanistan and urging negotiations with them.
If there was a chance of peace talks,
it's basically involved in politics, preparing for this movement for democracy, which the first step is backing the Chief Justice, to support the Chief Justice so that the judiciary stands by their judge rather than the GHQ. Unless the judiciary protects the weak, you can't have either democracy or prosperity. So today, everyone is talking about the independence of judiciary. So I think that is the key. Once you have an independent judiciary, only then you can have free and fair elections. I have never been more optimistic about Pakistan's political future as now.
Is this country going to become an extremist Islamic state?
We never had any extremism in Pakistan till we joined the American war on terror. And Pakistan itself has become a center of terrorism by joining this phony war of George Bush. And amongst most of the Muslims, no one perceives it as a war of terror anymore. People believe it to be war against Islam. So unfortunately, by joining in this war on terror, for the first time we have had suicide bombings in Pakistan. But basically, Pakistan is a moderate country. It's always been a moderate country. Whenever the people have been allowed to vote freely, they've always voted for moderate parties. They've never even voted for religious parties. So to be branded as a sort of extremist